Hello everyone, and welcome to a special edition video for Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. I'm your host, Colors Fade. This video is to announce that I will not be doing any more videos in this Let's Play series for this game, and in fact, I will be deleting the first 5 videos that are currently up on my YouTube channel for this. As I was recording the 6th video today, I became so frustrated and I came to the realization that I simply hate this game. And I hate this game because of so many of the design decisions that they made and so many of the things that they changed from the first game to the second. I hate this game because Pillars of Eternity 1 exists. I think if this game would have been released on its own and I'd never played Pillars of Eternity 1, I might be okay with it. But the fact that Pillars of Eternity 1 exists makes this game awful. This game is not only awful because they took away one of your companions, which makes swapping people in and out of the party to do their companion quest more difficult, but it's also terrible because of the ship combat, which is so atrocious that nobody should do it, and in fact, you just want to jump forward and do crew combat anyways, because if you do ship combat and sink a ship, you will get less loot. So there's already a disincentive to do the very awful ship combat. Moreover, they have done everything possible to nerf the Cypher and to nerf his spells. One of the spells that he got at level 2 that I have respect and I no longer have is Psycho-Vampiric Shield, which in the first Pillars of Eternity game was amazing. In the first Pillars of Eternity, the Psycho-Vampiric Shield pulled 10 resolve off of an enemy and gave your character plus 25 deflection for 25 seconds. It was the main way that your character was able to get defenses as a Cypher and turn them into a sort of melee battle mage. Well, in this game, all it does is strip the resolve. It does not give you any deflection whatsoever. A lot of the spells in the game that used to do things that were really cool, like Jyoti has a level 3 spell that's supposed to help. She doesn't have it right now because she hasn't leveled up. But for instance, blessings, these things, they changed all of the way the spells work. Now it's just plus 5 perception, which doesn't do anything that the old bless spell used to do. For instance, in the original game, Dire Blessing used to be cast to give you 20% of hits converted to crits for 30 seconds. It doesn't even come close to doing that in this game anymore. So many things have been nerfed that it's just unfun to even try to play these characters anymore. And then on top of that, they have this thing back here called the Critter Cleaver. You get a missive for this as a part of a DLC. And I thought that what this would do is allow you to combine 2 of your pets to get the bonus abilities of both of them. But guess what? It doesn't do that. It lets you combine the look of one pet with the bonuses of another. So it's strictly a visual thing. It's not even fun. The developers behind this game have done everything possible to strip the fun out of this game, and at every opportunity where they've had a chance to make the game more fun, they've made it less fun. So here I was today just trying to record the 6th video, and I completely went off on a rant, and it was at that moment that I realized I could put this video up and I could keep trying to play this game, but I'm not having fun. And the sign off for all my videos is happy gaming. That's what I want to do. So I wanted to play this game especially for the story, because I honestly don't remember what happened to Aethys, and I don't remember how the end of the game plays out, and I wanted to know what happens before I start playing Avowed. But this game is so awful, I cannot get myself to keep going with it. So I apologize to anyone who might have been excited at the thought of me playing through this entire series, but it is not gonna happen. I can't remember being this disappointed in the game. in quite some time. I mean, I'm at the bottom of the well here today. I am just feeling so absolutely disgusted and disappointed at what this game is because Pillars of Eternity 1 exists. That's what makes this game bad, is that Pillars of Eternity 1 exists. And I don't know if I said this in one of the prior videos that have been released. I'm aware as I release this video that episodes 3, 4, and 5 are still yet to go. They've been uploaded and people haven't seen those because they're on a release schedule, and I will be deleting all of the first 5 episodes. They will not exist. And this video won't after a couple of weeks. I'm just going to get rid of it. I just want to leave this up there for the people who've been watching along. I don't want to leave you in the cold as to why this series isn't going to appear anymore. I don't like leaving series dangling. And I am aware that I have some dangling series out there now, like The Witcher and Assassin's Creed Origins and Shrouded. I do want to get back to those. So I don't like leaving series dangling, and this would be a complete dangle. I would never come back to this. This would be a drop of all time. But I just need people to understand that this is bad because Pillars of Eternity 1 exists. That game did things so smartly, and the spells are so unique, and the Cypher is such a fun class to play. If you want to play it as ranged or melee, you have a real choice there. And they have done everything to ruin the Cypher class, to ruin this game, and to make it unfun, and to make it frustrating, and to make the spells more or less just feel pointless. Like, playing a priest or a wizard or a Cypher in this game feels neutered to me. Whereas in the first game, it felt fun. Like, I enjoyed having Aeloth in my party, and we saw at the end of that series that he became really powerful and he became a really useful party member. Like, he was crushing stuff. And you could play him either with a spell book that was either mage oriented and had him casting all kinds of AoEs, or you could play him more of a battle mage and summon a staff and buff himself up and go into the fray and really kill stuff that way. It was really fun. Same thing with the Cypher. You could play it as ranged with a blunderbuss and do all kinds of different spells that way, or you could do it the way I did it, which is up close and personal and using line spells and charming things right and left. The priest was a super powerful class in the first game, and here it just feels like, what's the point? And as far as I can tell in this game, they never get spell masteries either. So you're never getting those free spells that you had in the first game, where it's like, oh, that's part of what made the first game really cool, was at any point in time when a fight started, you had spells that you knew you could use without sucking from your memorized spells. So, you know, you didn't need to rest as often and all that kind of stuff. You're like, well, here's the spells I know I'm going to use a lot. And then I'm going to make those mastery spells, and I'm going to have those available to me every single fight. I can cast them once for free every fight. This doesn't appear to do that. I'm just baffled by the number of decisions in this game that were clearly made by the development team for what reason I can't garner, because none of them make the game better. None of them do. So I just find myself frustrated and disappointed and disgusted, really, because Pillars of Eternity 1 was such a good game, and all you needed to do was that in this setting. The Deadfire Archipelago seems like really cool. The story seems really neat. And then they just made so many different design decisions. They just butchered this. They just butchered this. So, folks, this game is not going on here. I'm going to figure out something else to play. I'm so sad about this. I'm sorry. I thought this was going to be fun and exciting, and it's not. So what I will do is say, throw your suggestions down below. Obviously, I know I'm going to have to do Xeno unlocks for Star Traders Frontiers. We know there's a huge Stellaris 4.0 update that's coming out later this year. I certainly am going to be playing Assassin's Creed Shadows when it drops later this week. I obviously need to be playing Avowed at some point in time. There's lots of games on the table. What do you want to see on the channel? That could be fun, because I am not playing this garbage. I'm going to play some stuff that's fun. So, folks, thanks for watching. I'm so sorry this had to be so disappointing, and I'm so sorry I had to abort this, but this is a game that needed an abortion. It needed a different group of developers to come in, and it needed somebody on the team to say at every turn when they were making these decisions and making these changes to say, guys, that doesn't make the game more fun. It makes it less fun. What are you doing? Because they clearly didn't have that person on the team. They made a competent game. It's polished. It looks great. Animations are nice. These backgrounds, fantastic. Everything's beautifully rendered and animated. But this is a great example of a game that looks good and is garbage. Those don't come along very often, in my opinion. I really love beautiful games, but this game is beautiful and it's absolute shit. So I'm done with it. Folks, that's the end. Leave comments, questions down below. Like or dislike the video. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. And until then, please, for sure, happy gaming, everyone. Don't settle for garbage. You don't have to. There's too many games out there.